Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you doing? It's been a lot of controversy going on between PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo for certain price hikes. Even though Xbox hasn't did a price hike yet, it is speculated that down the road is going to be coming. And right now, when it pertains to Nintendo and PlayStation, they are literally increasing their prices, and there's some issues going on with that, in which I'm going to give my say so. But before all that, I gotta do this whole disclaimer. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and make sure you share this video. And if you could, join my Discord and join the SYK Discord to be a part of the fun. If you're a gamer and all that stuff, follow me on Twitter. Give me some news in the Discord or in my comment section to see, and let me know what you want me to talk about, and I'll see if I can get to it. But right now, PlayStation is becoming like real greedy, as well as Nintendo, because they are literally increasing the prices of their games, and they are increasing their prices for the consoles. Like, there's literally no reason why the PlayStation console is increasing in price after 5 years of the gen. Like, normally around this time, the console market would be decreasing their prices in order to get more people to buy the console, but right now the opposite is happening. The PS4 and the Xbox Series are still the same prices as they was when it first came out. Yeah, you can probably go to GameStop, or you can go to like a pawn shop and get the Xbox Series S and the PS5 for a lower price. Or at this point in time, you might as well just build a PC, and it might cost a little bit more, especially if you want the high tier performance, even though you don't actually need a high tier performance in order to play video games. You just need a mid to low tier PC at best. But right now, PlayStation is literally increasing the prices for the PS Plus, and they are increasing the price for their consoles in other countries like Europe, Australia, and New Zealand. Right here, this is from the PlayStation blog themselves. This is from PlayStation's own website. PS price to rise in Europe, Australia, and New Zealand. And before that, before I get to this blog, apparently Nintendo, even with the tariffs in place, even though they said it was going to be stopped, they wasn't going to put pre-orders in place for the Nintendo Switch 2 until Trump drops the tariffs. Nintendo literally just came out and said, they are placing the Nintendo Switch pre-orders on April the 24th, which is this month. So they are literally, they want that money, okay? Even with the tariffs in place, they want that money, and they're going to cost you $450 for the Nintendo Switch 2. Again, they're going to charge you for PS4, Xbox One graphics, but okay. So, yeah, retail pre-order for Nintendo Switch 2 will begin on April 24th, 2025. Me, I'm not a fan of this, especially with them charging $80 to $90 games, when digital games by itself should not cost no more than $50, because they're not charging, manufacturers for the disc. They're not charging you manufacturers for any of that stuff, but, they still going to want to charge you $80 to $90 for a video game. And it's filled with DRM. But right now, yeah, that's what Nintendo's doing. So if you guys want the Switch 2, it's right there on the 4th. But let's go ahead and get right here, man. The PS5 price to rise in Europe, Australia, and New Zealand, and it just rose in Canada. So here's where we at right now. Right now, the PS5 digital edition, which I believe it was $400 here in Canada. Right now, I don't live in Canada. It was $400 in Canada. Now they just increased the price. For right now, the PS5 digital edition in Europe has risen to 499 euros, I believe that is. The UK is 429 pounds. I don't know the metrics. And Australia, for the standard PS5, the one with the disc drive, is $829.95 AUD in Australia. And the PS5 digital edition is $749.95. How much is that in the US? Probably a lot less. But let's just see. In New Zealand, it's $949 for the standard edition with the disc, and for the digital edition, it's $859.95. Again, it's during this time what the console market should be decreasing the prices, but they want to say it's because of inflation, it's because of Trump's tariffs, it's because of, they need to make their money back for some of these other manufacturers or some of these other business deals. So they are the business deals that they are making you do. And with the price for these games, for the budgets, they put more budgets into these games, and they are literally having you, the consumer, fit the bill. And some people would still buy the PS5. I wouldn't agree with them, but you know, everyone is entitled to do with their own money, what they want to do. Prime example, I get my PC, I get my Xbox, I play on Xbox Game Pass. Even though there was a price hike with the Xbox Game Pass last year, I'm still subscribed to Xbox Game Pass because, to me, I see a value in the Xbox Game Pass because there's a whole bunch of games that are Game Pass that I probably was never even going to play. Then with Game Pass on both the PC and the console, I play some games, enjoyed them, then I end up buying them on Steam. Some of the games. So, with me, I see Xbox Game Pass as a good value. But I can't say the same thing about PS Plus. Some people will disagree. Like the PlayStation games are not, a lot of them are not even on PS Plus. They just took, what was it, Horizon Zero Dawn? They just took their own game off of their own streaming service. I don't understand that. Additionally, the disc drive for PS5 will begin at a RRP decrease effective starting April 14th. So the disc drive for the digital console, the digital PS5, they priced it end up decreasing. What's that? Okay, that's cool. But they increased the price for their console. Not to mention, PlayStation has also increased the price for the PS Plus. So, what do you get when you sign into PS Plus? So, here's what you get for PS Plus Essential. For the Essential price for 12 months for the entire year on the PS Plus, it is going to be $109.99 each year. This is in US dollars. So in the extra, you're going to be paying $189.99. And then with the premium, you're going to be paying $224.99. I'm sorry, this is in Canadian. So they are increasing their prices in almost every country or every major country that plays PlayStation, and basically that the United States is going to be next because PlayStation does want to try to have have their consumers fit the bill, because that's where we at with PlayStation right now. This is where we have Nintendo, and best believe that it's going to happen with Microsoft as well. They might end up increasing their price for Xbox Game Pass, and this is a might because they already have like over 40 million people who are subscribed to Game Pass right now, even though they don't need to increase their price. But we'll see how this goes. So, what do you get with PS Plus? You get monthly games. A lot of people say some games are good on the PS Plus. You get some old games that you could probably buy on GOG right now for a cheaper price, and you are guaranteed to keep those games. They won't take those games away from you because those games on GOG are not DRM filled. They won't turn the servers off. The game is yours permanently. And then you get to play on online. You get to pay to play for online. Something that you should be getting for free. But apparently since the Xbox One, they started charging people to play. Or even the 360, they started charging people to play online. That's something that you should not have been having to do, because most of these games are not on these servers for either PlayStation, Microsoft, or Nintendo. They are charging you to play on a server that's not even theirs. But because of what a lot of console players have actually welcomed, they have welcomed the fact that they don't mind paying for online, even though you already pay for online with your internet provider. Whether it be AT&T, Spectrum, Verizon, doesn't matter. You already paid to pay online. Now you are paying double to play online, which is something that they need to change if they do want to bring in more people. Now, I see Microsoft probably doing this as the next console is going to be more of a PC model instead of like, the traditional model where it's going to be more open platforms on the model like Steam, Epic, GOG. If they do bring in GOG, they're going to have a more PC-centric console next gen. And if they do that, they got to take away the pay online service. Nintendo and Sony definitely need to see that model, because there's a reason why a lot of people move to PC gaming in the first place, because they don't see a reason. People on PC don't see a reason why they are paying more to pay online for games that they supposedly own, and on servers that PlayStation, Microsoft, and Nintendo don't even own. Like, prime example, they don't own the From Software service, Microsoft owns the Call of Duty service. They don't own the EA service. They don't own the the 2K service. They don't own any of the servers, but they are charging you to pay on those servers. And what does any of those companies I just mentioned get out of it? Basically nothing for using the service. So they can get money from the microtransactions and you buying the games, but there's no reason they don't make no money from Microsoft, Sony, or Nintendo from using that service. And Nintendo does bring 2K and bring EA games to their platform on Nintendo Switch 2. There is no reason why this you should be paying online. No reason at all. And this is why a lot of people have moved to PC, because they see pay online as a major rip-off. Excuse me. The online multiplayer, Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo need to take that off. But Sony and Nintendo right now are increasing the prices for those. Microsoft is going to be coming down the road. I'm not going to say it's not. It's going to be coming down the road. But the fact is, a lot of people are irritated. Like you got Mudahar right here saying like this, like he's irritated at Sony and Nintendo for increasing the prices. Yeah, and yes, PlayStation is being greedy right now because they canceled 10, almost 12 games right now, and right now they increased the prices of the consoles, and they're increasing prices of their subscription service, their PS Plus, the PlayStation membership, whatever it's called, and they are having you fit the bill for all those canceled games that they are doing. Now, a lot of people will say, oh, it's because of inflation, it's because of the recession, it's because of this and that. But no, these are multi-billion-dollar companies. Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft. Well, Microsoft is a multi-trillion-dollar company. These are big-ass companies. There's no reason why they should increase the prices for their subscription or their online service. And there's no reason why you should be paying for them at all. Because like I said, you already pay to play online. You pay your internet provider. Doesn't matter who it is. You already paid to pay online, and they are making you charge. They are charging you double to play online. It doesn't matter if it's $9.99 or if it's $12.99 or hell, even if it's $6.99. You should not be having to pay extra to pay online. That should be a free service, just like it does with PC. Now, the reason why PC doesn't do this is because the PC market, they don't take that kind of bullshit. If they don't want to pay for anything that they see that's probably anti-consumer, they're not going to pay for it. Which is why when they went after PlayStation over you need a PlayStation account in order to play Helldivers 2 online, a lot of people who are on PC, they railroaded PlayStation to the point where PlayStation ended up reversing that decision. And PlayStation came out and basically made an apology to the PC players for trying to do that bullshit that they use for their own console players. Because PC market and the console market are two completely different things. Yeah, both markets still play games, but one market doesn't tolerate anti-consumer bullshit like the console platform does. Now, this is one of the many reasons why a lot of people are not excited for the Nintendo Switch 2. They was not excited for PlayStation. They're not excited for the Xbox. Which is why next gen, a lot of people are just saying they're just going to go PC because it's a major ripoff to having to pay online and have most of their games not be full-fledged owned by me, like what Ubisoft said. You don't fully own your games. Now, like I said, with just that, right now, then there'll be no reason why people should feel bad about piracy, right? Or piracy or emulation, if you don't fully own your games. Now, yes, a lot of people will probably disagree with me saying they don't agree with piracy. I'm an advocate for piracy, especially for companies that tell you, like Ubisoft and EA, you don't fully own your games. Even if you pay the whole $70 price tag or $80, you don't own your game. So what's the point of me even buying the game if I don't fully own it? I can just pirate your game and then just fully own it right there, or I can go on GOG and fully own the game right there. The same thing with Steam. Yeah, you're using the license. And if you turn the servers off, you can get a refund for those games on Steam. PlayStation has a hard time giving people refunds on their own service. It's only if they deem that the refund is accessible. It's not a guaranteed refund, only if it's accessible. Like with Eternal, a lot of people was mad about Eternal. They want a refund. PlayStation told a lot of people no. And now look where they at. A lot of people had just moved and said like, yo, this is some bullshit. I'm going to the PC platform where I'm guaranteed a refund. Or if I don't get a refund, I can just pirate your game. I can just pirate all your games from now on. But a lot of people have had this conception, like, just because that you give this company money, they're just going to do your bidding. And that's not how it goes. The company, you can give the company money, but if they choose to screw you over, would it be pertain to like some anti-consumer practices? If a lot of people just go along and just buy it, then yeah, they'll just continue doing it. This is one of the reasons why this is one of the reasons why Nintendo is so cocky as it is right now. It's because a lot of people just buy their games. Doesn't matter if they shut down a whole bunch of emulators that, you know, that doesn't hurt Nintendo at all, because they still make billions and billions of dollars each and every year regardless. Emulation is just another alternative because they don't want to play on outdated software. On outdated hardware like the Nintendo Switch, where they'll literally charge you $60-$70 to play at 720p in 2025, 2024, 2023. And they get mad when people pirate the games because they want to play their games on better hardware or better resolution or better frame rates. Nintendo is basically telling you, we don't care what you want, we're going to do what we please, which is why they are charging you $80 or $90 for their games. Especially for Mario Kart World. You best believe that game is going to get pirated or emulated day one when that game comes out. But guys, you know, like I said, I don't run a multi-billion corporation. I'm not part of a greedy corporation. I'm just a consumer that is helping speak out, and I'm just one speaker for the consumers, for the gamers. You know, I'm just one person. But it's all up to the people, some of the people who are in gaming, that do buy these platforms blindly, because blind consumerism is a disease. And at this point, it'll be up to the pro-consumer individuals that will tell these companies to get, you know, you can just fuck off, because we're not gonna give you any money for any games, especially if those games we don't fully own them. This is why Ubisoft right now, their games are getting pirated heavily because of the whole, what Ubisoft said. Just because you buy the game doesn't mean you actually own it. Same thing with Nintendo. You buy the game, you don't fully own it. This is one of the reasons why, yeah, like I said, Ubisoft and Nintendo games are pirated and emulated heavily on the PC platform because of anti-consumer practices. Because the companies try to screw their own consumers over. And a lot of us ain't dealing with that. But let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. If you guys like the video, like and subscribe, share the video. I will see you on the next one. Peace.